Hi, it's the Mining Isaac. It's run 7. We got a 6 win streak going. I thought we would play Bethany. Start getting a little crazy with it. We've been playing some pretty tame characters so far. I'll be honest, I've just hit record, and I normally like psych myself up a little bit before I hit record. I give myself a moment to kind of breathe, think about, how I'm going to start talking. I really just hit record and then realized that I'd done that. Didn't really think about it beforehand. I do realize we're playing Bethany, who's a character that's maybe a little more mechanical than the ones we've played before. So there's going to be maybe a little more brain going into this. 15 shots, yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I should have used this already, because I've kind of wasted a little juice already. But it's going to be okay. How's everyone doing? Special shout out to Aris. I see you there. I already read your comment on episode 6. It was very sweet. I appreciate it. Let's get some more Arises in the comments, and then I'm going to feel a little bit less anxious and embarrassed about making YouTube videos. Because I'll be honest, I've done it before as a kid, and I was very proud of it at the time, and I, as an adult man, I'm kind of thrown by it all, and I feel pretty weird about it. I'm forcing myself to do it because in spite of feeling weird about it, I still like it a lot. I find it very fun, and it makes me pretty happy. Especially makes me happy to know that people enjoy listening to the videos. Because I assume you're listening. Maybe you're watching. You might be watching. I assume you're just listening. Because, I mean, I feel like watching Isaac long term, I do it all the time. But watching Isaac long term, I can't imagine is everyone's cup of tea. But maybe it is. If it is, power to you. If it's not, I fully understand. And I just appreciate the percentage viewership on the videos going up, meaning that you've had it open for longer one way or another. Excuse me, this is terrifying. There's a lot of mental game that I have to kind of bear in mind when I'm playing Bethany, because I find it very hard not to get annoyed when that happens. Losing like 1 or 2 wisps just drives me absolutely nuts. And you just gotta remember that, like, they come back, Especially, I mean, I would call it a buff. Maybe it's not really a buff, it's just like a general rework. I'm not happy about that. That's kind of like... The heals are not something that I wanted there, but... that's how life goes sometimes. It comes at you faster than you expected, and it comes at you with mom's heals. When you would have liked some HP or some damage, like a pentagram could have come down there. That would have been crazy. Everyone would have been like, cracked Bethany run? That's something else, dude. How did he do it? How did he know that this was the run to bring out Bethany? I don't know if it will be the run to bring out Bethany, but I'll tell you what. I just remember we get easier angel deals, and I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I'm gonna milk the Isaac chat a little bit longer so that I don't just go, oh my god, I don't just go breezing through all the conversation topics in like 30 minutes like I usually do. I've been talking a little bit about how the game feels a bit less exciting in these early runs, and I think that's maybe part of what influenced my decision to play Bethany this run. Is because it's true, and the characters aren't very mechanical. I'm playing I've played a bunch of Repentance already, so I've played not all of, but most of the Tainted characters. I've loaded them, almost all of them up at least once, and they're really cool, and there's a lot of depth to it. But when you restart a new save, you're not getting a lot of that depth that is there. It comes out with time. I was thinking today, earlier, that at some point, probably soon, we're gonna have to play some Greed to unlock some of that stuff. To unlock some characters and some new items and things, which I'm not thrilled about because the Greed arc in Isaac is maybe my least favorite. I had like a week where I just played Greed all day every day because I wanted to get it all out of the way and never play it again. And now that we're on a new save, that's honestly something I did not even remotely consider when starting a new save for this series. I stand by the decision. It'll be interesting. I can show off some of my Greed tech. I caught a lot of flack when I played Greed from other people that play Isaac because I was quite aggressive with how I played. I would buy no items for 3 floors and then buy all the items that I could. This sucks. This is so bad. This is not a situation I want to be Bethany for. Okay, we're doing okay right now. Ha. Let's just sneak these in there. Do those wisps do as much damage as me? Evidently not. That's fine. It's Thursday today, as I'm recording this. I'm chilling. I was supposed to play some football, some soccer tonight. This is fucked up. What do you even want me to do here? We could do maybe one of these? Yeah, genius. Genius alert. I was supposed to play some football. It's a late game this week, so I'm not gonna play. On other Thursdays, I might be more inclined to play when it's a little bit earlier. I'm not running around for 40 minutes at night, starting at 9:15. That's a little too cracked for me. I'm still trying to psych myself up to go running every once in a while, let alone, and that's like we're talking 10, 15 minutes a piece, 20 tops. Like running for like 40 minutes, you're crazy. I've done it. I get kaleidoscope vision, you know? By the end of it, I'm tripping balls, man. On just raw. Whoa, that's so good. Excuse me? Because it's boxes spiders and it summons them as just spiders? Never mind. How did he know that this was the run to bring out Bethany? This is cracked. We haven't been hit once, so we're on 100% for Devil Deals still. Steel. Ooh! I now see a flaw with the item synergy. That's fine. This is ridiculous. I mean, we're about to finish the floor and finish the room and get it all back again, I assume. These are spectral, so they can go through. Awesome. Hit me. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, let's go. The Holy Tears? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is very, very nice. This is a hell of a run. We're gonna be in such good shape. It feels like right now. I feel confident enough that I can say this. We're gonna be in such good shape that I don't have to stress late game, which is pretty big. We've had a lot of runs where I've been stressing in the later stages. Do I feel good about this? Frick it, man. Oh, my wisps. No, my boys. No, come back. Can they? I'm wondering if they can shoot Holy Tears. I don't think so. Oh, come on now. That's fine. We did just get an angel deal, and it was a pretty good one. So I'm not that mad about getting hit and losing the like 20% chance for an angel deal we had this floor, if that. Am I talking? I feel like I'm talking a little bit quietly. If I am, I apologize. I will endeavor to speak up. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep it casual for the early stages of the run, and then maybe I can kind of juice up the conversation later on. I'm feeling like the casual chit chat is not my strong suit. I just kind of want to drift around a bit. And just be like, yeah, no, this is what I got going on. I'm doing whatever. Don't worry about it. It's my natural inclination to assume that you're not interested, like I talked about a couple episodes ago. And to just be like, yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You don't care. Again, not in a sad way. Just in like a practical way, I guess. I am, I'll say, still pretty tired. I've been pretty tired all day today. It is the running theme of this phase of my life, apparently. I don't know how it synergizes with us just firing a million shots into the middle of nowhere, but like, it's pretty nice. It's still pretty nice. We have a lot of coins. Let's open this. I think we just don't know. Oh, we could save up money and get Kane, maybe? Let's try and do that. I know I just get... Oh, well... Okay, well, maybe we'll get Kane another run. We'll see if we can just get a little bit of HP out of this. Thank you very much. And I'll just dono the rest of it, man. Upgrading the shop is kind of a big deal. A black candle. Thank you. I'll take it. And honestly, I care very little for the rest of this floor. I'm out of here. Oops. This, I mean, I'm feeling pretty juiced out right now. Like, look at this. This guy is usually a real pain. What's this guy's name? I don't know. What's this guy's name? Wrong answers only? Down we go. I've got no time to even look at the map for the rest of this floor. It's very... I'm keeping pretty focused on the episode, and if I'm being honest, it's because there's stuff going on for a change. This is kind of exciting for me. We've been playing, you know, Isaac and Laz, where, like... Especially when we played Laz with the endeavor of unlocking Bethany. It's just Isaac. And, like, Isaac with no D6 for that matter. There's just not a lot to talk about. But now things are getting kind of crazy. I mean, even Eden is like, you talk about it for 30 seconds at the start of the run, and then you're like, alright, well, we get it. What have I got? What's like the meat of the matter for tonight? I'll tell you. It's Feng Shui. I don't know how I wound up looking into Feng Shui. It found its way into my periphery. I was scrolling through the Stuff You Should Know podcast. I don't recommend that you go listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast, because I'm listening to it, and if you listen to it, what am I going to talk to you about? You know? If that's where all of my you know, hot topic information and discussion is coming from, and then you also listen to it, you're going to be like, well, I just heard all of this on Stuff You Should Know. Why are you telling me about it? So don't listen to it if you want these episodes to mean anything to you. If you want to have a takeaway from these. If you don't want to have a takeaway and you're like, let me just hear a good voice for a bit, do it. That's another thing as well. I'm going to immediately sidetrack myself. I've had people say to me already, you've got like a really nice voice to listen to, man. And I'm like, people said this to me, like, they've been saying this to me for a long time. I've had compliments on my voice, and I appreciate them very much. I don't agree. I mean, I give each episode a very, very short listen back. I'm going to come back for you in a little bit. I give each episode a very, very brief listen. I don't play the whole thing. I just listen to, like, you know, I skim it. I listen to a bit at the start, bit at the middle, bit at the end to make sure it doesn't break at any point. And then we're all good. But people have been like, yeah, it's so nice. It's so relaxing to listen to. I think I sound like, you know, like a shitty Ray Romano. I'm like, hey guys, welcome to the Binding of Isaac. Today I'm going to talk about Feng Shui and my own ego. That's me. That's my me impression. If that's what I sound like to you, if you're like, I can't tell where the impression was, which part of that was the impression, I agree. I couldn't tell. I thought I was just speaking the whole time. The eagle-eyed listener will notice that I kind of tightened my throat a bit so that I sounded a little like Ray Romano from the hit show Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't know very much about Ray Romano, and I feel like I can kind of answer my own question here. But was he like already a big name before that show? Or did Everyone Loves Raymond come out and everyone's like, who's this fucking Raymond guy? Who's this Ray guy everyone's going crazy for all of a sudden? First I'm hearing of him. Because I don't know anything about Ray Romano besides Everybody Loves Raymond. And I would assume that that's where he first came up onto the scene. Where did I come from? I'm lost. Was it this way? Did I get an item on this floor? No. I'm here again? Is there another door? No. Help? Help me? I'm lost? Help? Give me a second while I try and get my bearings and figure out where we're going. Up here, maybe? Have we already done all of this? Any doors? Door? We've been this way? I'm confused. Where the hell are we going? There's a heart there. I swear we came in from this direction. But we could not have. So I'm going to bomb this just real quick. Yeah, that's fair. Let's look down here. We've got other doors here. This way, maybe? No, we were just here. Oh, okay. There was a door down here that I didn't notice. So, you know, I apologize. For the mild kind of interruption in the flow of the narrative here, I just got a little confused. Apparently I didn't see that door earlier. Let's keep it moving. Oh, I mean, I'll take free soul hearts and chances to ignore damage. Obviously, the soul heart doesn't mean much to us in terms of maintaining angel deals or anything, but it does mean that we get more uses, more charges of our incredibly high supply, low demand wisps. That really, it doesn't do anything once we've used it the once. That's a little upsetting. This is kind of ridiculous, if I'm being honest. The Bethany, the that Eternal Heart is a million miles away. That is so frustrating. I think what I'm gonna do is suck it up and do this. I mean, this is a nice boss to get for the current climate of the run. I'll be honest. I'm pretty happy. But yeah, I think my voice sounds bananas, and I think everyone feels that way. I'm not trying to claim that this is like, this is unique to me, that I think I sound stupid and no one else feels that way. Allows both Devil and Angel Deals to be taken. Taking red hot damage isn't okay. I feel like we don't want Spear of Destiny because it's going to cost us all of our wisps. So I guess we just take this and we go about our day. Let's go down here. It's a little bit of a shame. In fact, we don't need to go back for the Eternal Heart, because all it's going to do is complete the heart that we have already. I will take the Emperor card that's back here, because we can just fast track to the boss and just kind of get that out of the way. I just shot 2 Holy Tears at nothing. Don't mind me, I'm just kind of sick like that. Yeah. So, I mean, my voice, I think I sound ridiculous when I listen to it back on tape. It's not, from my experience, something you get used to. You don't, like, eventually stop being like, yeah, I sound pretty normal now that I've listened to it enough times. I just keep thinking, who's listening to this? And if it's you, if you're listening to this, thank you. I appreciate that my my fucked up Ray Romano voice is relaxing to you. Or at least, like, maybe it's not relaxing to you. I'm drawing that connection myself, because I assume that, like, it feels like a pretty podcasty nature to these episodes that I've ripped from someone else. But I would assume that it's a relaxing thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm misjudging. And it's just like it's exciting to watch, and it's fun, it's entertaining rather than relaxing. I'm assuming it's like lo-fi Jack to study and relax to kind of energy, which I'm all for. I'm into that. I honestly think that I have quite a hard time listening to voices while I'm trying to focus on stuff, because I end up just wanting to focus on what they're saying. So maybe it's also a good help that a lot of the time I'm not saying a lot, just kind of talking air and kind of rehashing the same thing over and over again, because you can be like, oh, there's a nice voice keeping me company while I study, but I don't have to worry about him saying anything important, because I know he's not. I've heard him say Feng Shui 6 times, but I haven't heard him say anything about it. Let's get into it. We're far enough through the run now that I think we can safely start talking about the conversation topic for today that I have up my sleeves. Oh my god. Let's just kind of... There we go. Feng Shui. The Chinese... I forget what the word that I would be looking for here is. I was going to say like the Chinese art, but I don't know if it's really an art, if you'd call it that. But the art of managing qi and its means of progressing through a space, and how that sort of affects your life. It is. I might be a bit reductive at some point here, just not intentionally and not spitefully, but just because, you know, I only started learning about it today, and so I can only be so informed on it. But I'm looking to share it here because and this is one of the many influences for like doing this series, and a place for me to just kind of talk to myself. That was really nice. Is that it gives me an opportunity to kind of like cement ideas in my head. Is that talking about them gives me a window through which to like just explain things in a way that helps to cement them to me. That's like a really strong way of learning for me personally anyway, is being able to explain it to someone else in, you know, relatively simplistic terms. Helps me to recognize what I actually understand about the thing. Because I wouldn't tell somebody else something that I don't know or think, right? And if I can't explain it to somebody else, then I evidently don't know it. And that sort of draws a line in the sand for me of what I know and what I need to figure out. Release a ring of 10 tears, deal 10 damage, tears for, yeah, sure. Why not? So Qi. Qi is, to the best of my knowledge, it's energy. right? It's energy that kind of contributes to things that are going on. And, you know, you want chi to be flowing in a way that serves towards your end goals. I think a lot of people think right out of the gate that Feng Shui is about just like, oh, set up the furniture in your living room so that you are like super calm and happy and at peace in the space. It's not necessarily the case. It does run a bit deeper than that, but that is sort of like one of the better known elements of it and kind of use cases of it. And it's probably what I'm going to talk about a bit here. Damn, we totally, if we'd have just held out, we totally could have had Kane this run, but we're going to push on. There are a series of different elemental signs that correspond to different elements on what is called the Bagua. The Bagua is, again, I cannot stress enough. I'm gonna miss things. This is not the end of my research with Feng Shui. I may well come back in another video and be like, I've realized that I said this last time, but actually it's more like this. And I do intend to do that if it's relevant. So that's my little promise to you. But yeah, so you have this Bagua. It's like a hexagonal chart that represents the in the instance of, like, you know, coordinating a space, it would represent the space. And so one of the things about it is you want the bottom of the Bagua, so it's the bottom side of the hexagon, to be aligned with the south. Well, in fact, I think there are a couple of different sort of versions, I want to say, like subsets of Feng Shui that operate a little bit differently based on where and when it was being used. So one example, I think, is that Feng Shui was in some places coordinated to the magnetic north. So that is to say that say you're, you know, managing the Feng Shui of your home, you would want the entrance of your home to be facing to the facing towards the magnetic north. So you would be facing south as you enter the home and facing north as you leave the home. The reason for this is I believe that a lot of the other space within the home would then face back outwards, which means that you don't often have your back to the you know, the magnetic north and the entryway. Furthermore, which would be it would like block the flow of the chi. So like a lot of seating and things in a sort of more Feng Shui aligned space would involve having yourself oriented toward that southern point, or the southern side of the Bagua, the northern point, where the entrance is, so that as the chi enters the space through that entryway, it meets you head on rather than from behind, so that you can kind of receive it more directly. There are a lot of different sections on the Bagua, so to better explain what you're actually imagining here, if you're trying to visualize the Bagua, I'm sure you could just Google it pretty easily. Is sort of 9 squares in a 3x3 grid, and then you cut a line across horizontally each of the corners, each of the corner squares, so that you wind up with this hexagon shape with a bunch of lines in between, and that gives you these segments, this like segmented hexagon. And each of those segments, and I mean, this could just be done rather than doing what I've described. You can, I think, just break it up into 6 segments, and it still looks like a hexagon because you've just got 6 segments that all form in the center. But as you're kind of moving outward, each of these segments represents a different kind of element of your life. And so you're going to be kind of coordinating these spaces to maximize the effect of each of those segments. So the entryway into the space would be, I believe it's career and success, like practical success. So the entrance into the space would represent your career, and like, you know, maximizing the Feng Shui of that space. I might be miss kind of using the phrase there. I apologize if I am. A little more research needs to be done. Um, you're maximizing the feng shui impact on the entryway. You are maximizing the benefit that you will receive to your career, which in turn will hopefully manifest as promotions or pay rises and things like that. And that kind of reflects the different areas. You've got like a segment for creativity. You've got a segment for I don't know if just strict wealth is another segment. I might be misremembering that. I'll tell you what. In the bagua of my bedroom, this is a funny little joke that I thought of a few minutes ago. The bagua in my bedroom, my bed must be set up in the creativity and knowledge section of the feng shui table of the feng shui chart, because my brain gets real noisy at 2 a.m. When I get into that bed, my brain's like, "Hey man, I got some stuff for you. I know you've been busy all day. I haven't been able to hear from you this whole time. Let me tell you what I've been cooking up." I'm thinking, no, thank you. I would rather do this during the day. And my brain's like, "Nah, man, you're in the bed now. I got this. I'm in control. Don't sweat it. Just let it happen." That was my joke. That's the one joke you get for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, the I think one of the funny things I heard about feng shui from the podcast, they talk about it directly in there, is I think one of the hosts mentions this is that this happens in his own home, and that goes on to mention that it's further relevant to like feng shui as a whole, and that it's actually like a recognized impact. That if your bathroom, you know what I think? Yeah, I think that financial prosperity and like money is its own section separate from career, because if you have your bathroom and by extension your toilet set up in that segment, then it's thought that you are flushing that financial benefit away. You're flushing the chi away, and with that your money, which I find very funny. And I guess any other section you have there, if your bathroom is in the creativity and knowledge section, you're dumb as hell, which is quite funny. I might need to, if I think about it, let me double check. Hold on a second. Let's go Bagua images. What's over there? We got the career and life path. So my living room is knowledge and self-cultivation. And I guess my bathroom is helpful people and travels. So I'm flushing away helpful people and travels. I will say this. I have left the country once in the last, like, 10 years? Almost? No, that's excessive. Not 10 years. In the last, like, 7 years. Wait. Oh my god, it's nearly been 10 years. I've left the country once in almost 10 years, and it was for like 4 days. So, I mean, that actually, my personal belief in huge, we unlocked the cellar, in the impact of feng shui has just been increased, maybe, because that is pertinent to my life. I would say that, maybe my creativity and knowledge center can be found in my living room. We've got some nice art up in there now. I put some art up on the walls. I'll say this, the feng shui in my room is probably a fucking train wreck, because there's nothing in here. My walls are completely empty. I'm working on it. It's taken a while, I'll be honest. I have a print that came with my LCD sound system, This Is Happening CD. It's not This Is Happening, it was American Dream, I apologize. And it's this cool little print of James Murphy, the frontman of the band, in like a little wig doing a little jig. I can tell he's doing a little jig because of the way his hands are placed. Excuse me? Deal with that. Suck on that. If I have to lose some of my wisps, you gotta lose some life, buddy. We're in ridiculously good shape right now. Like, this run has been such a breeze. Let's go. I mean, you love to see it, huh? You love to see Immaculate Heart. That or Sacred, always a good time. Always a good time. Yeah, there is nothing in my room. I have a bed and a desk. I can say this much. At least the chi is flowing freely. my my back is to the door, which is maybe problematic, but there's nothing for it to get, you know, caught on. I was talking about the Bagua a while ago, and I want to mention that there are some elemental signs associated with everything. I believe that those elemental signs are coordinated with the different segments. So the south segment, or you know, the north segment, or the career segment, I believe is the water element. There's, you know, fire, which is the north segment, which I forget. It's like, oh man, it's like, it's something. I need to do a little bit more research, but there's, you know, earth, fire, wind, the whole shebang. I'll have some notes prepared next time. I also encourage you to do a little bit of looking into Feng Shui, because it's very cool. And like I mentioned before, there are different kind of schools of it. And I think actually one thing that was mentioned that I find very interesting is that a lot of folks in China don't even really care for it anymore. It has honestly at this point become more of a Western practice, just by virtue of cultural appropriation in tandem with just, you know, cultural development. And that's not development for the better or worse. I'm not going to say what kind of development it is, but it's developing. Things are changing. And yeah, just some folks are like, hey, that's so cool and quirky because it's foreign to me. And other folks are like, hey, I think we were maybe a little stoned when we were talking about this. That's not what I think, that's what they think. You know? Which, like, it happens. I'll tell you what, I think I was a little stoned the way I had my hair cut back in the early 2000s. I looked like an idiot. It was a cultural thing. Not to not to reduce the whole of Feng Shui down to what my hair looked like in the early 2000s. It's maybe an unreasonable comparison, but it's less about the subject matter directly and more about the idea that things change, and at some point we just start to think that our old shit was stupid. I'd say there's nothing reductive about me saying that I think my shit's stupid and some folks in China saying that they think their shit was stupid. It happens. I get it. I respect it. No judgment from me. Anyways, maybe I was looking into Feng Shui because my room is a train wreck. I was also looking into Feng Shui because I feel like crap. And, maybe it would have made me feel a little bit better. The idea is that you want to have a specific goal in mind. I guess my specific goal is getting these videos to pop off. We're here already? That's pretty cool. My specific goal will be getting these videos to pop off, and maybe the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday streams. Plug. Come join us on twitch.tv/hoopsley. Because I enjoy it a lot. So I think I need to focus on, would that come under career, maybe? Maybe it's career goals? I gotta put some of the little tigers by my door. I'm being reductive again. I'm sorry. I tried to be as mindful and conscious as I could in this episode. I did my best, I swear. I will come back when I've done a little bit more research into Feng Shui and give a bit more of an informative look at it. But I've given you a little taster. Ipecac. That's pretty spicy, man. Let's have a look. We're at a 7 win streak. I'm loving life right now. I apologize to the whole of China, and I apologize to the whole of, middle-class white American women who are applying Feng Shui to their Western homes. I didn't mean to upset you by misrepresenting your culture. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you had a lovely time, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.